In this example, we're going to fill in the missing reasons for this triangle proof. And what you're going to find out is triangle proofs is really just a big vocabulary test. So first off, always go through and read your given. So in this given information, AD bisects angle BAC. AD is perpendicular to BC. And what we're trying to show is that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. So let's go through the statements one at a time. And as we go through and read them, it's important that you mark as you go through and then fill in the missing reasons. So AD bisects angle BAC and AD is perpendicular to BC. So of course this is my given information. So my justification is given. Now, the next thing that they have stated is that angle BAD is congruent to angle CAD. So why are these two angles congruent to each other? Well, that goes back to that step 2 in taking the facts or taking keywords from your given. And so if AD bisects this angle, this big angle here is being cut into two congruent parts. Bisect means cut into congruent parts. So this is my definition of bisects. Okay, so then the next statement, they have made the statement that ADB and ADC are right angles. Well, why are they right angles? Because that goes back to perpendicular. So I'm going to mark that in my picture, that those two angles are right angles, and that is definition of perpendicular. Okay, and so then now, angle ADB is congruent to angle ADC. So, of course, if those two angles are right angles, then they're going to have the same measure because all right angles are 90 degrees. So, all right angles are congruent. Because they have a measure of 90 degrees. Okay, so then now AD is congruent to AD. So what is the justification behind that? Well, of course, that is our reflexive property. And so now, do we have enough information to state that our two triangles are congruent? Do we have 3 things marked, and are they appropriate? And so we have an angle, a side, and an angle. So yes, these two triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle, congruency. Now note in this proof here that we had this extra step here, how we had to justify that these two angles are congruent. Why did I have to do it in this one and not in the example 1? Well, the reason is we didn't use the hypotenuse leg. We used a different justification. We used angle, side, angle. And so when we said that we had right angles, then we needed to go that extra mile and state that those angles were congruent.